Hare Krishna, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada on 9th of July 1977 issued a written directive to the whole of ISKCON detailing a Ritvik system of initiations to be followed in ISKCON. In this directive, Srila Prabhupada appointed 11 devotees to act as his representatives, also called Ritviks, to initiate disciples on his behalf. The newly initiated disciples would be Srila Prabhupada's disciples. This directive, July 9th directive, was actually the outcome of a GBC meeting with Srila Prabhupada on 28th of May 1977, where they asked Srila Prabhupada what would be the system of conducting initiations in ISKCON, particularly at the time when Prabhupada was no longer with us. Tamala Krishna Gosvami, who was Srila Prabhupada's secretary at that time, he typed out the directive on July 9th, 1977, and he took Prabhupada's signature on it, and he sent it out to all the GBCs and temple presidents at that time. However, after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance in November of 1977, in the year 1978, all the 11 people appointed as Ritviks were elevated by the GBC to become Diksha Gurus. They claimed at that time that Srila Prabhupada had appointed or selected these 11 people as Diksha Gurus. Several years later, Tamal Krishna Gosvami claimed that the July 9th letter was his letter, not Srila Prabhupada's. He said that Srila Prabhupada did not dictate or write the letter, but he did. So it was his letter, not Srila Prabhupada's. So he gave this explanation to justify his and others becoming gurus in ISKCON when there is no other order by Srila Prabhupada for anyone to become gurus in ISKCON.
The letter was written by me. It was not dictated by Prabhupada. It was signed by me, and it's my letter. It's not Prabhupada's letter, so it's just astounding to me that somehow my letter turns out to be the final order. And it was my suggestion that Prabhupada approved it because I thought it would add weight to it so people would know it was authorized. And it's just astounding how this becomes the basis of a new understanding of the Sampradaya.
This video of Tamal Krishna Goswami is cited by the supporters of the self-appointed guru system in ISKCON, saying that July 9th directive is not the final order since it didn't come from Srila Prabhupada at all. It was Tamal Krishna Goswami's letter. So, it appears like ISKCON is now disowning the July 9th directive from Srila Prabhupada. Actually, with this argument, the self-appointed gurus are honestly shooting themselves in the foot. The devotees of ISKCON Bangalore, of course, we are not buying this argument. However, for the sake of argument, let us hypothetically assume the July 9th directive was not Srila Prabhupada's letter, but it was Tamal Krishna Goswami's. Well, if this was Tamal Krishna Goswami's letter, then the question comes, who appointed the 11 people as Ritviks? Was it Tamal Krishna Goswami? Did Tamal Krishna Goswami have the powers to appoint Ritviks in ISKCON? Did he really have that kind of power? The answer is obviously a resounding no. Because what was Tamal Krishna Goswami? Tamal Krishna Goswami at that time was just a mere secretary to Srila Prabhupada, nothing more. He had no power to appoint anyone in ISKCON. Forget about Ritviks. The second question that crops up is that the July 9th directive was addressed to all the GBCs and temple presidents. If this was not Prabhupada's letter but Tamal Krishna Goswami's letter, did Tamal Krishna Goswami, just as a simple secretary, did he have the powers to direct the entire GBCs and temple presidents, which means the entire movement? Is there any order from Srila Prabhupada that said that he was conferring such powers on Tamal Krishna Goswami? In reality, none. Only Srila Prabhupada had such powers. Therefore, July 9 directive is undeniably from Srila Prabhupada only. It cannot be from Tamal Krishna Goswami. Moreover, the 11 people named in the July 9th directive became Diksha Gurus in 1978. How? By claiming that Srila Prabhupada appointed them. Srila Prabhupada selected them. The GBC resolution number 16 of 1978 stated, the GBC will consider each year at Gaur Purnima the appointment of new spiritual masters to be approved by a 3/4 vote. However, for 1978, no new spiritual master shall be appointed other than the 11 selected by Srila Prabhupada. So, in this resolution by the GBC, and mind you, Tamal Krishna Gosvami was one of the GBC members. So, he has also been part of this resolution. So, in this resolution, it is clearly mentioned by the GBC, in which Tamal Krishna Goswami was also a member, that the 11 people were selected by Srila Prabhupada. At that time, why did Tamal Krishna Goswami not tell them? Why did he not tell them that these are not selected by Prabhupada, they are selected by me, because this is my letter, not Prabhupada's letter. Why did he not tell at that time? But these 11 names, because you have to understand that these 11 names which are mentioned here in this resolution appeared only in the July 9th, 1977 directive. And that too as Ritviks, not as Gurus. And there is no other document from Srila Prabhupada where these 11 names are mentioned. So, the 11 people becoming Gurus is coming out of the July 9th directive. And what is Tamal Krishna Goswami saying? Later he is claiming that it is his letter. So, are these 11 Gurus appointed by Tamal Krishna Goswami? They claimed, these 11 people, they claimed that the July 9th directive was temporary, only till Srila Prabhupada's departure from this world. And after Prabhupada's departure, they automatically became Gurus. So, the next question that comes is, if July 9th letter is Tamal Krishna Goswami's letter, then does it mean that the GBC resolution number 16, which says Prabhupada selected them, is that GBC resolution wrong? That Srila Prabhupada did not select the 11 people, but Tamal Krishna Goswami selected, appointed himself and 10 others to become Gurus after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance? Is this the meaning that the GBC of today wants to convey by disowning the July 9th directive as Tamal Krishna Goswami's letter? So, does that mean ISKCON is following Tamal Krishna Goswami in indicating no objections to devotees to become Diksha Gurus in ISKCON? What is ISKCON trying to tell us by disowning the July 9th directive? They are actually trying to question the validity of the Ritvik system by disowning the July 9th directive. But instead, what are they achieving? All that they are achieving is to raise serious questions on their own unauthorized self-appointed Guru system. ISKCON GBC, in fact, contradicted their resolution number 16 of 1978 later on. And they confessed that Srila Prabhupada, as they claimed in resolution number 16 of 1978, as they had claimed in that, it was not true. Srila Prabhupada did not select or appoint any Gurus in ISKCON in 1978. So this confession came in 1999 from the GBC when they passed this resolution number 403, which reads, whereas Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON in 1966 and prior to his disappearance in November 1977, he stated in his will that the GBC is the ultimate managerial authority for the society. Unfortunately, shortly after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, the GBC body, not Prabhupada, the GBC body allowed for an unauthorized zonal Acharya system to evolve in ISKCON, elevating 11 exclusive successor Diksha Gurus. So, the GBC body allowed for elevating 11 exclusive successor Diksha Gurus. In 1978, what did the GBC say? They said, Srila Prabhupada selected the 11 people. In 1999, the GBC is saying, the GBC body allowed for elevating 11 Diksha Gurus. So in this resolution, the GBC is clearly saying that they elevated 11 successor Diksha Gurus. That means Srila Prabhupada did not appoint any Diksha Gurus in ISKCON, the GBC did. Now what you see is, GBC in 1978 said that Srila Prabhupada selected the 11 people. In 1999, they said, no, Prabhupada did not do it, we did it. And now in 2025, the GBC is saying that the July 9 directive is not Prabhupada's, it is Tamala Krishna Goswami's. Anyway, coming back to the point, the GBC is saying in 1999 that they elevated 11 people as Diksha Gurus. So the question is, who gave the GBC the powers to appoint Diksha Gurus? Do they have any written order from Srila Prabhupada to do so? Or maybe in some conversation Prabhupada authorized them. Can the GBC produce such an order? Reality is, there is no such order. Hence, the entire Diksha Guru system in ISKCON is unauthorized because it is authorized by a GBC which has no authority to do so. The reality, what is the reality? The reality is that there was a discussion with Srila Prabhupada on 7th of July 1977 regarding who all could be appointed as his deputies or as his representatives. Srila Prabhupada mentioned all the 11 names in that conversation. And as Srila Prabhupada's secretary, it was Tamal Krishna Goswami's duty to put it in writing and inform everyone about Srila Prabhupada's order. So, based on this order of Srila Prabhupada and based on the May 28, 1977 meeting of the GBC with Srila Prabhupada, the July 9 directive was typed out by Tamal Krishna Goswami. Prabhupada saw that, Prabhupada signed it, and then it was sent out to all the GBCs and TPs. Since Srila Prabhupada had signed it, all the GBCs and TPs who received the directive accepted it as Srila Prabhupada's order. Nobody thought it was Tamal Krishna Goswami's order. Actually, we devotees of ISKCON Bangalore also, even today, accept that it is Srila Prabhupada's order, it is not Tamal Krishna Goswami's order. So please do not be swayed by such illegitimate claims by Tamal Krishna Goswami or the self-appointed gurus of ISKCON. Please remain firm in following Srila Prabhupada's July 9 directive for Diksha in ISKCON by Ritviks or representatives of Srila Prabhupada. Everyone in ISKCON is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. No one is authorized to be Diksha Guru in ISKCON. Diksha Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.